So I'll try to do some presentation to help you understand a little better what you can enjoy in Portugal while you are with your pets. And the best part of it will be if you ask many questions as you have, because we have a lovely team. My colleagues they have they have pets and they are expats here, so they can help you more. Okay, so I'll start sharing my presentation. Is it okay right now? Can you see?
Perfect. Yeah.
The dog and the cats are mainly the most popular, but we have all kinds of pets in Portugal, of course. So to start, some numbers so you understand a little bit the reality in Portugal. I was able to find some statistics from 2016, and they say it's about 6.7 million pets in Portugal, and this is only cats and dogs, of course. The rest of the animals are not in these statistics. This means about 2 million Portuguese households have at least one pet, meaning that 10% of Portuguese households have both dogs and cats. So in some cases, people only have a dog, and in some cases only have a cat. But there are 10% of Portuguese that have both cats and dogs, which is amazing. They can live happily together. So in the world ranking, Portugal is the 12th country with most pets. Not surprisingly, the US is on the top of the countries with most pets, and in Europe, other countries have more pets than Portugal. But I think we are okay. We love pets here around. So our favorite breeds in Portugal are, as dogs, the poodle, Labrador Retriever, the Pinscher, the German Shepherds, and the Podengo Portuguese. And in terms of cats, the Simian, the common European, Persian, short-haired English Blue, and Russian Blue. This is all statistics from the same magazine, so it's information that I could collect for you. Well, we have some dangerous dogs, what they considered dangerous breeds, which is important to know because these breeds have special regulation. And so if you have any of these dogs, you should have special information to how to deal with them in Portugal. The dogs, the breeds are Brazilian Mastiff, the Argentinian Dogo, the Pit Bull Terrier, Rottweiler, American Staffordshire Terrier, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and the Tosa Inu. This does not mean that you cannot bring these pets with you, okay? It does only means that you have to have special consideration, and it has to have special regulations to have these dogs. Also, there are other dogs that may be considered dangerous if they have a history of attacking somebody or bitten, or they are considered dangerous by the authorities, or the owner says if they are dangerous. Okay, they can have aggressive behaviors even though they are not from these breeds. How to bring your pets to Portugal? it's the thing that I believe most of you are dealing with or are anxious about, but there are ways to bring them in. I just present you here the web page from TAP with TAP, which is the Portuguese national airline, and they have a special area in the website where you can find all the information regarding pets and how to fly with them. And also you could find our partner and our member. You have special conditions if you are a member with our partner, Global International Relocation. You can find information about this in our page, okay? And you can have special prices for members. And they deal with everything, the transportation and the problems about flying with your pets. So while in Portugal, you love the beach, and we also love the beach. So it's important to know that you cannot assume that you can take the dog with you to the beach. Okay, there are two types of beaches in Portugal. There are the concessioned beach, I don't know if it's the name in English, and the ones that are not concessioned. You can see on the right the picture, what you can find if the beach is under these circumstances. This means it's like where they are the lifeguards, they have the special flags, so they are a beach that can be used by every people, and they are more safe for you to use. Okay, in this beach you can only take your dog outside of the bathing season, meaning during the summer you cannot take the dogs to the beach. Okay, the other ones, you may take the dog with you as long as there is no sign forbidding you. So this is Portugal. So while it is allowed, you have to check if there is not a sign to say it is not allowed. Okay, so in any case, assistance animals can always go to the beach. Okay, if they are helping with you, helping with your necessities, you can take the dog with you to the beach. In some cases, I must say, we are in Portugal. So even though it is not allowed, sometimes in the end of the day, people will take the dogs to the beach. This does not mean they will get a fine or the police is going to be called there, but it's not advisable to take the dogs to the beach if it's during summer season. So from June to September, it's best to take the dog to other places. In addition to any rules, it's also mandatory that you take the dog with a leash and you carry all the time the documents from the dog, and you have to be careful with the wastes, the poops, okay? In terms of transports, in Portugal, you can carry your dog or your cat in the public transports, and if they are very small, you can take it on the special box to transport them. And if they are bigger, you can also transport them in the transports, but you have to ask for specific rules, or if it's allowed or not, because in some types of transport it's every time allowed. In other types of transport you have to ask permission, and in some cases you even have to pay a special ticket. Okay, as always, assistance animals are always allowed in any kind of transport, and the dangerous and potentially dangerous dogs are not allowed in public transports. Eating out with pets. Everybody wants to go to the restaurant and wondering if they can take out a dog with them. So the rule is, in the outside area, on the terraces, on the esplanades, it is allowed unless there is an information saying it is not allowed. And in the inside, the rule is the other way around, meaning if it is only allowed if it says so. So outside, most of the places you can take your dog. Inside, you have to have special restaurants for that. There are some websites where you can look for information about restaurants that accept pets. Like I put here an image from Zomato, which is an app and also a website that has a lot of restaurants reviews. And in TripAdvisor, you can also look for pet-friendly restaurants. So it's available information about that. In any case, as in before, the assistance animals are always authorized to enter. And now the big question, can I rent an apartment if I have a dog or a cat? This is very funny because there is not a specific law about this. But the law in Portugal says you cannot be discriminated while you are doing a rental agreement by any means. So you cannot be discriminated by gender, by race, by age, well, a lot of things, political, etc., religious, etc. But there is not something very specific about pets or animals. So what is most common is that there is nothing that prevents the landlords to says it's not possible. But in common sense, um, people just don't worry if you come with a pet with you. What you should be aware is in some apartments and buildings, the condominium is organized, and in some of these buildings, the condominium has rules regarding the common spaces, the use of the garden or the pool, or even other places that are shared by all the people that live there. And in some condominiums, there are stricted rules about pets. So this means maybe you can have the pets at your apartment, but if you have a pool in your apartment, you cannot take the dog with you to the pool. Okay, so this is important to take in consideration when you choose the place to live. It's important to be to talk to the persons there and ask if the condominium has rules about animals in the sharing places. Okay. Although we have not a law, a funny thing about Portuguese is the law does not says anything if it's allowed or not, but it says how many you can have. So this is really a funny thing. So in each apartment, you can have up to 3 dogs or 4 cats, but in total you must not exceed the 4 animals. Okay, so this is really funny, and a lot of people say, so if it's not in the law, why they should say the maximum number? So it's Portugal, and sometimes the law is not always so straightforward. Okay, so be patient and always talk to somebody about this before you do the big move. And what I can say from my experience is I have never seen anybody say, no, it's you cannot rent this place because you have a pet. But it does not mean that somebody can start doing it. So Portuguese people in general tend to be okay with dogs and cats, and in general there is not a big problem about it. Okay. So foods, how you should feed your animals. So there's a lot of offer in Portugal of dog food, cat food, etc. I only chose here 2 or 3 brands so you can have an idea. I chose two dogs and two cats, so you have an idea of the prices. But there are a wide range of labels and brands that you can choose, and although some of them are not available in regular in regular supermarkets, you can always order online. There are a lot of shops online where you can buy food for your pets. So for you to have an idea, these ones which are for dog, they are approximately €5 per kilo. And for the ones for the cats, the price is not many different. It's about €5 one of them, and the other one, which is a better quality, it's about €8 per kilo. Okay, these ones are food that is available in almost every supermarket, so there is not a specific. It's not difficult to get this kind of food. I put here 2 ways of buying food online. Amazon, of course, you all know. It's good to buy food here. Amazon Spain is easy to buy. The delivery is fast, and you have more brands there than in Portuguese supermarkets. The other one is one of the shops that I use for my dogs, and it's a very good shop, online shop. It's called Tienda Animal. It's Spanish, but it's also in in Portuguese, and you can have access to English language as well. And they have very good prices, and in some cases free delivery at home. So it's good if you buy big packages of food, they will take home the buys. So in the health department for your dog and cat, we have veterinary. So appointments, if you have, for you to have an idea, you can, it's not easy to get a price here because it can be very different if you go to a small clinic or to a big hospital, etc. But for more or less 35 euros, you can pay for one appointment. After that, what depends is the type of treatment that you are going to do. So it's not easy to get here a price. What is available, and there is a lot of all over Portugal, is associations from the town hall and low-cost clinics where you can have access to lower prices for this. Also, a thing that is available is the universities for veterinary medicine. They also have available appointments where the students can practice and the prices are lower. So it's also a good option if you are in a city where there is a university. There is there are also several options for pet insurances available, and the price is very low. So you can have a good insurance for your pet starting more or less 10 euros per month, and you have access to special clinics with special prices, and if they need surgery or well, whatever they could need, you have special prices with the insurance. Other costs that are mandatory. So in Portugal, we have a microchip, which is mandatory for dogs, cats, and ferrets. And this means that all the animals should be registered under a system where they have the microchip, and if they get lost or any problem, they are identified by that chip. The costs of the chip is about 13 euros the last time I was able to check. And what you have to pay extra, that is the value of the consultation, the appointment. So it means it can be like about 30, 40 euros to do all the procedure, okay? Other thing that is mandatory for cats and dogs is the registration under the parish. So you have to go to Junta de Freguesia and you register your dog there or your cat. Every year you have to do that. And when he dies, you have to go there and says he's dying, so he is dead, so now I won't pay anymore, okay? Also, there are some vaccines that are mandatory, and the rabies vaccine for dogs, and then you have also the dewormed that you have to have done for your pets. Also mandatory and only for dangerous and potential dangerous dogs is the liability insurance. But if you want to do it for your dog, even though he's not a dangerous dog, you can also do it, and it's advisable because it can break something, or well, we never know, and it's about 40 euros per year, and it's easy to do the process. So outdoor, Portugal loves have good weather, and the Portuguese dogs and cats love to go outside, especially the dogs, of course. There are a lot of dog parks, and we have the problem in Portugal with the poops. I know Portuguese people are not the best to comply with the rules, so some people don't pick up the poop. But there are a lot of dog parks, even in smaller cities or bigger cities, with that they have these disposals where you can take the bags freely, so you don't pay for the bags. So you can collect the poop there is the garbage bin where you can put it. So it's advisable to look in your city or on your town to find these places where you can go with your dog and you have the bags to do the cleaning after. Okay. There are a lot of places nowadays for taking the pets out to the cafe, to the restaurant, etc. And it's also starting to have more and more offers of accommodations, hotels and rural tourisms where you can have holidays and take your pets. So there is not one big website where you can have all this information, but more and more hotels and restaurants are accepting pets. And so it's a matter of looking for information available in the internet. Also, it's very common to see people walking dogs during the day because people are working. So it's kind of a new job that we didn't have before, but now we are having more and more people doing this, which are the pet sitters, of course. Even though it's not for when you travel 1 month or so, because in that case you have also hotels for dogs if you want. But even for the daily basis, a lot of people are asking for this service. Also, it's advisable if you look in the Facebook groups for dogs and cats in your local area, because a lot of people gather the information and share it in these groups. So it's a good source of information for, even it's a small town, maybe they have a special group for the owners of pets in that town. So it's always good to look for that information. Another thing is your dog can be a great presenter to your neighbors. So every time you go do the walk in the end of the day, you can meet other neighbors that have dogs, and then it's a good source of information, and you can share experiences and you can learn from them. So it's also a good way to enter the community and to get in touch with the Portuguese neighbors. So all this is a good information for you to come and to bring your pets to Portugal. And now I hope you have questions, or I ask Pam or Maria to talk about their experience with their dogs